Hi, my name is Edgar Poureshagh. I'm the sommelier and owner of 320 Wine Lounge in Los Angeles, California. And today we're going to be talking about baking drumsticks. So first off, we want to marinate our drumsticks. We're going to do a simple marinade, which is going to be olive oil and lemon juice, with a little bit of salt and pepper. So I've got my drumsticks in a refrigerator or freezer bag. I'm going to squeeze 2 lemons into it. So we got to use a good amount of olive oil so that you can coat all of the pieces of the chicken. Cracked pepper to taste. And a healthy amount of salt. Because we do have a good amount of chicken to work with. Then we take the bag and you want to thoroughly mix chicken so it gets coated with the lemon juice, the salt, and the pepper. And we're going to set this into the refrigerator for at least an hour or so that the lemon really gets absorbed into the chicken. So I've lightly coated a pan in oil, and I've got our marinated chicken, which is ready to go. And so now we're just going to lay the chicken out onto the baking sheet. And you want to make sure to give it enough room so that the skin doesn't touch another chicken. We're going to bake this at 350 degrees, and then we're going to lightly broil it to make the tops nice and crispy. So while the chicken is baking, we are going to make a sauce for it. So we're going to dice about half an onion. The best way to do that is to not cut all the way through the onion, but to slice down all the way across, because then you will have much less tears and much less headache when it comes to dicing. Then I always put one through the middle, and then when you dice, the onions come through ready to go. So no tears, no fuss. So next we're going to want a decent amount of garlic, about 5 or 6 large cloves. We're going to peel the garlic and then we're going to slice it finely. So now we're just going to add the garlic to our onions. And we're ready to start making the sauce. Alright, so we started with olive oil in the pan. Now we've melted about 1/3 of a cup of butter. Then we're going to take the onions and the garlic and incorporate it in and cook them until they're translucent. So now our onions are turning translucent. At this time we're going to add salt. We're going to add cracked pepper. And about a cup of white wine. And we're going to let this cook down and concentrate its flavors. Alright, so now that we've cooked out most of the wine, we want to add a little bit of cream. Adding cream is a little bit tricky into a boiling pot because you really don't want it to curdle. So what we're going to do is take some of this boiling liquid and actually introduce it into the cream to temper the temperature of the cream itself. Okay, so now that we're back up to a simmer and we've cooked off a little bit of the excess liquid, we are going to start adding the capers. You can add capers to your liking however much you like, and I like quite a lot, so I'm going to add all 6 ounces. Then once we give it a little stir and allow it to come back up to a simmering temperature, we're actually going to add a little bit of flour as a thickening agent. You can add as much as you'd like to thicken it up or thin it out. I like my sauce to have a medium thickness. We don't have an immersion blender here. So just a pretty healthy teaspoon of flour is going to do the trick to thicken this sauce up quite well. Now the trick is here, you want to mix quickly. And most importantly, you want to let it simmer for a little bit because you want the flour to cook off. You don't want any kind of doughy scent or flavor to your sauce. So let it simmer for about 5 minutes. It'll naturally thicken up a little bit. So now our chicken is ready to go. We're going to plate it together with the sauce. But as I said, if you have children and they don't like these kind of sauces, you can always plate them separately. Okay, so now we're going to take our sauce, and first we're going to get a slotted spoon, because we want to take some of this caper and onion mixture and lightly dress our chicken with it. From there we can take the actual sauce and drizzle it over the top. For garnish, we'll just add a couple of sprigs of rosemary. And there we have it. Baked chicken drumsticks.